Hi, and welcome to lib.reviews. We're building a site where you can review anything in any language. We believe that the information that we use to make decisions about what book to read or what product to buy should be organized by an open community, much like the information on sites like Wikipedia and OpenStreetMap. And like those projects, lib.reviews is fully open source and non-profit. The code is open and the content created by the community is freely licensed as well. As with most open source projects, you can get involved in many different ways, whether it's as a developer, file bugs, write documentation, create translations, and of course you can write reviews today. If you would like to create an account on the site, just follow the instructions here. You need a registration code at this point. We want to control the growth early on a bit so that we don't get spammed to death before we have the tools to deal with spam. So just follow us on Twitter and send us a tweet and we'll send you the invite code that you need to sign up. You can also follow our development diary just to stay up to date with everything that's going on. What you see on the front page right now is simply a feed in reverse chronological order of everything that's been reviewed by our users up to this point. So you can go back in time to the very first review and you see that you find reviews of shops, of websites, of books, and everything in between has already been posted on lib.reviews. And as said earlier, you can write reviews of anything and you can write reviews in any language. At this point in time, we support 6 languages. The world has more than 6 languages. So if you would like to help bring lib.reviews into additional languages, then please join us on translatewiki.net. TranslateWiki is a platform which evolved alongside Wikipedia to translate the Wikipedia user interface into many different languages, and it is now used also to translate other open source projects. What you see on this page that I'm showing you right now is the translation progress of the lib.reviews user interface into different languages. So if you see your language listed here below 100%, or if you don't see it listed here at all, then please do get involved in translatewiki.net and help bring lib.reviews into your language. If you have any questions about how to do that, you can ask on TranslateWiki's own support page, and that's linked on every page in translatewiki.net, or get in touch with us through any of the communication channels listed on the front page. Now, when I say that you can write reviews in those languages, what I mean is that when you change the user interface through one of the buttons below at the bottom of every page, then we'll also assume that you're now creating content in that language. What I'm showing you right now is a review created by user Pizza Iolo, and this user has actually translated that review into 2 more languages beyond English. One of them is Brazilian Portuguese. So if I change the language to Brazilian Portuguese, you will now see that the review text has been translated. So I see both that the user interface is now in Brazilian Portuguese, but the text of the review is also in a different language. Pick a language that isn't supported, then it'll fall back to English, except when it thinks there is a better match. So if I pick European Portuguese, it will actually show me the Brazilian Portuguese version, because it will assume that it's more likely that I understand Brazilian Portuguese if I'm a European Portuguese speaker. So we take this this language support very seriously, and we think that this is one of the key ways in which we can set ourselves apart from commercial offerings that often don't care very much about languages, especially those which don't have as much market value to them. Now, when I create a review, what I need at this point in time is a URL to identify the thing that I'm reviewing. So if I'm reviewing a public park, for example, I could add the URL here of the public park website. If I'm reviewing a book, I could just pick an Amazon URL or a book catalog page or any other URL that makes sense. Any review subject can have multiple URLs associated with it, so we can consolidate multiple reviews describing the same thing with different URLs. Then you add a title and a text. Pick a star rating from 1 to 5. It'll show me here that 3 means acceptable or okay, for example. And if I want, I can associate my review with a team. Teams are simply a way for groups of users to say, we care about the same subject, so let's work together. So you can start a team and you can invite others to help you write reviews, and those reviews will then show up on that team's page. So this is the team page for the Edu by Video team, which I've created and am a member of. So the mission of this team is clearly to review educational videos online on channels like YouTube, Vimeo, and so on. And you see here the latest review that's been posted through this particular team. And I can also just go through the list of all of the Edu by Video reviews that have ever been posted. So this is a simple way right now that we have to organize content in lib.reviews. One interesting thing about feeds like this one in lib.reviews is that they all have atom feeds, similar to RSS feeds, embedded in them. So I can add them to a typical feed reader like feedreader.com or whichever one you're using. And I'll just add the URL that I was just on, and then it gives me the choice of the different languages that are available. If I pick a non-English language here, then it will again try to show me the best available translation of a given review, if any, or it'll just fall back to English. So I can add this feed, and now I see the same reviews that I saw on lib.reviews itself in a feed reader. The last thing I want to show you is the review subject page. We also call it the thing page. So if you look at this link here, more reviews and information, then it will take you to a page like this one. This is the review subject page. And on this page, you'll find all the reviews of the same thing. Here's just one, but it could be as many as you want, and then you can also navigate through them. And that page too, you can add to a feed reader, and you'll get all the reviews of that particular thing that are being posted when they are posted. Now what you can do on the review subject page is you can edit the label. So in addition to the URL of this video channel, the channel also has a name, and I can add it through the edit link here, and I can also translate it by changing the language and then pressing edit. And I can add media files. So in this case, I've added a little GIF by the Amoeba sisters as a way to describe the channel. I could add this to my review using Markdown syntax as well if I wanted to. In future, we'll probably just show the image that you have uploaded alongside your review. So as you can see, we already have many of the key features that we need to write reviews and to organize them. But there's also other stuff that's pretty important that's still lacking. There's no search, there's no tagging features yet, and a lot of the metadata that you'd expect for things that you review, we don't have yet. So for example, for a business, we don't have support for things like business hours or the location of the business. So all of that we will develop, and again, as an open source project, we invite you to be part of that process, but please just keep in mind that we're still in early development, and so some of the stuff that you would expect just doesn't exist yet. Thanks for watching, and hope you get involved in the project. Again, we believe that this kind of decision-making information really has an important role in our daily lives, and right now we rely primarily on proprietary websites to get access to this type of information. We think we can do better together by collaborating on building an alternative. Hope you join us. Thanks so much for watching.